Welcome to this MOOCs course on blockchain. To start with, let me introduce the course to you. The course, as seen in the syllabus, is divided in 6 different modules. The course is unique in itself because, along with the hands on experience, we will be focusing on the very basics of blockchain. And we have tried to make this course in a very simple way as if you will learn the course while playing. As you can see in the image, a kid playing with blocks. The course is intended, designed in such a way as if you will play with the blocks. We have tried our best to design it in such a way so that we can give it a name learning while playing. It has a unique feature where, along with the basic concepts, along with the fundamental of blockchain, we'll be doing hands on, we would be doing coding along with you, and you will be using different types of codes, building different types of codes using the virtual machine provided to you. So, to start with, to have an overview of what blockchain is, let us focus to a story. To start with, that what is actually blockchain is, let us focus with a story. So, I will be sharing a story with you, and this story is intended to explain the basics of blockchain. Let us suppose that there is a society where different people live together, and these people of society decide that they will collect certain amount of money which they would contribute and keep that money very safely and use it at the time of distress or at the time of need or at the time of any function. So, what they feel is that there is an old man in the society who can be trusted. So, they give that amount of money to that old man. Every month, the people of the society used to contribute. The old man used to keep a register with him. He used to write in the register that what amount of money has been given by Mr. X, what amount has been given by Mr. Y, and he used to keep the register in the almirah, at a locker, at a safe place in his house. And we, all the people of the society, were very content to have this old man keeping all the records. At the end of the month, when the people of the society are in need of that money, they go to that old man house, but they were shocked and they were grieved to see that this old man is no longer alive. He is left for heavenly abode, and there is a grief in his house. So the people of the society return back to their home, and after 2 3 days, some of the society people went back to that old man house and asked his son that kindly give the amount which is kept in the safe of that old man. His son opens the almirah, opens the locker in front of the society people, and all are astonished to see that the locker is empty, there is no register, and there is no money kept over there. At that moment of time, no people of the society could say something to that son of the old man, and they lost all the money which was kept in the safe. So, friends, compare this situation of this story with analogous to computer science. If I say that what analogous thing is it which is compared with computer science, which technology resembles computer science, which network resembles computer science to this story where everything was kept at a single place, the single person was responsible. So, isn't it the case of centralized computing? Yes, this is an example of centralized computing where the central server is responsible for each and everything. All the clients are requesting to the central server, and whatever the central server wishes, he can return to the client after the processing. Means it depends upon the central server. And if there is anything wrong which happens to the central server, all the data is lost. Still today, many applications, many industries prefer centralized computing, and this client server architecture is used. But this client server architecture, centralized computing, is having a flaw, which we have seen in this story, that if one thing goes wrong, if the server goes wrong, everything vanishes. So, what is the solution? Now, let's see another part of the story for the solution. The people of the society again collaborate, and this time they decide that instead of one single person keeping the record, we will be keeping the records with five different representatives of the society, and they make five leaders, and these five leaders are responsible to keep the records, and they have the access to the money which is kept safely in the locker. So now all the people of the society are very content, and they are more satisfied because five people in the society are keeping the record now. So what happens, that a new member join the society who is very smart and not trustworthy. He comes to know about the phenomena which the society is using, and this new person meet to these five people, the five leaders of the society, and what he does is that he tries to lure them that if you will do the changes in the record, then we can make some personal amount of money. And unfortunately, these five people agree to this new man, and they do the changes in the records. What happened at the end of the year when the people of the society want their money back? They call a meeting, these five people produce the records, and the people feel that we have contributed more amount of money, but we have got lesser amount of money. But again, they were helpless and they couldn't do anything because the five people were saying in the similar tone. So now this was the second part of the story. If I compare this with analogous to computer science and what type of technology is it? So this is an example, if you think, this is an example of decentralized computing. In decentralized computing, instead of one server, there were five servers, those who were keeping the record, and these five servers were more responsible. But still, it was having a flaw in decentralized computing. And decentralized computing is the keyword which is used in most of the applications. It is having much more benefit than centralized computing, but still, it was having a flaw. So, what is the solution? Now, the third part of the story gives a better solution. Now, continuing to the same story, these people of the society again start contributing. But this time, they do not put one leader or five leaders. They say, all of us will keep the record. Every member of the society will be keeping a record, and he would be writing in the register that what amount has been given by whom. So when everyone is keeping the record system becomes transparent to all, and it builds a trust because every one of us was keeping the record. Every people of the society is keeping the record. To keep the record that someone is giving what amount of money, the society used a voting technique that yes, when 50% of the people of the society will say that this person has contributed this amount of money, then only we will write the record in our register. This how they solved this problem when every person of the society was keeping the record. Now, this concept is analogous to computer science of the technology which we call it a peer-to-peer network, a distributed computing where everyone has distributed. It is a distributed ledger where everyone is keeping the record. And this story, the third scenario of the story, which deals with distributed ledger or distributed computing, a peer-to-peer network, you can compare it with the technology which we are going to study in this course, that is blockchain. So blockchain resembles with the third part of the story, friends, and this was a small story to give you a brief overview of what type of technology we are going to study, how it evolved from centralized computing to distributed computing. So we will be covering all these points in the coming course. We'll be seeing in the introduction the building of blockchain, the history of blockchain. Then we'll be seeing the smart contracts of Ethereum, the wallets of Ethereum's very difficult complex consensus mechanism algorithm would be explained in a very simple way in this course. So keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you.